Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be an extra long, basically compilation of clips from over the past sort of week of things I found in multiplayer and a couple of clips from Grinding from the Great One in single player. And starting off with, I clicked on a track for European Bison and checked the map. If you don't know, currently you don't have to have the disturbed veg perk in order to tell an animal's fur type. If you click on a track and then go to the map, it will say what animal you're tracking and it will tell you the fur type even if you don't have that disturbed vegetation perk, which is really handy and actually told me that this was a piebald European bison. Now, piebald European bison are quite rare on the scale of rares. I've had one on Xbox and none on PC so far, so I thought that this would be a really nice thing to track down. So this is going to be the first clip of this video, and then there's just going to be a bunch of other highlights, which I'll jump in and talk at like important points, and yeah, I hope you'll really enjoy watching. Now, I was pretty sure that the shot that I'm about to make on this giant Rocky Mountain elk was good. I have been shooting moose and all kinds of things recently with the 300. I've had no problems with penetration on those front-on shots, getting heart, lung, and it's just been no problem at all. However, when I took that shot on that Rocky Mountain elk, it didn't go down in sight, which kind of worried me, so I checked the map and no hunting pressure appeared. So I knew something had gone wrong, and I wasn't quite sure what, but thankfully the herd didn't go very far and I managed to track him down. I was really kind of confused as to why that shot didn't penetrate as far as it has been on other shots, especially considering that's the distance that I've been dropping moose with heart shots and head shots recently. So I have really no idea what happened there. There is some weird penetration glitches happening at the minute, and also some weird registration hit problems. So I'm not sure if it was something to do with that or whether it was just an unlucky shot. But it didn't work out the way that I had planned for it to go. I normally don't worry about taking those front on shots with the 300, like I said, I have no problem with it. I always do prefer a broadside shot, but that Rocky Mountain elk didn't really want to give me a broadside shot. All he was offering was that front on shot. And I've shot many, many Rocky Mountain elk with that shot, and it's been absolutely fine. So that's why I took that shot, even though it's perhaps not the optimal broadside shot that we look for. But whatever. It didn't work out. I tracked the herd, and unfortunately had the wind against me, and there was no cover to actually sneak into them, and they spooked. So that was a bit of a problem, but thankfully I did manage to get a second shot into him, and this does end up working out. So I'll let this play out now again, and you can see what happened. Now, again, that was kind of a less than optimal shot. I didn't really like having to take that front on shot for a second shot, but he was so low health, and I thought it's now or never. This is my only chance, probably, to get a second shot into him. And you can see there that that first shot, it kind of just went through the neck and didn't go as it didn't really penetrate back to the lungs. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. As I said, I've been having no problems shooting moose and other things with this same shot, but I guess the neck perhaps kind of stopped it penetrating very far. But whatever. Luckily, I managed to get that second shot in, which did hit the lung and liver, and he did end up being a diamond. And not only a diamond, but a max weight diamond. Now, he's not my biggest Rocky Mountain elk in terms of trophy score, but he is my only max weight Rocky Mountain elk. So I am really, really thankful that I did actually manage to get a second shot into him. Like I said, I've never had a problem with that front on shot before, so it's something that I'll definitely be a bit more wary of at the moment with those weird sort of errors going on. But like I said, I think this was probably just more of an unlucky shot looking at it. It's kind of hard to tell what actually happened there. As I said, I've had no problems with it before, so I can't really tell you what happened there. But thankfully, we did manage to get him, and it was a bit of a clutch. But thankfully, he got shot and he went down, and yeah, getting the lung and liver meant that he did actually make diamond. So that was a massive, massive relief. Now, this is something I was so, so, so excited to see on a Quattro Calinas multiplayer. It was a really, really low level server, and the host left just after I joined. And this is the first lake I went to, and there was a level 3 Roebuck. Now, I have not seen a level 3 Roebuck in so long, and I have only ever shot one diamond roe deer, and that was on my Xbox account at this lake. So it was a real surprise to actually see this guy, and I was so excited. Now, I know that they can troll, and I was so hoping that he wasn't going to troll because, like I said, it's been so long and I just have not seen a level 3 roe deer. I have been hunting around and seen a lot of roe deer, looked over so many roe deer, and just never seen a level 3 for the longest time. So I was so excited to actually know that I was going to have a chance at actually securing, hopefully, another diamond. And I thought he just looked so massive. It was so cool to actually see because it's a diamond that I haven't had a lot of chance to hunt. And I always like to get the ones that I either don't have on this account or ones that I haven't shot in a long, long time. And especially with the deer species, if you know me, you'll know that the deer species are always my favourite diamonds because I just love antlers. I think that they're just so cool as a structure, and I just love roe deer. Roe deer are native to where I live, and I get to see quite a lot of roe deer, and I love them. I think they're really, really cool animals, and seeing a buck like this was just so cool. I love it. Some people don't think that they're very impressive diamonds, but I think when you see a level 3 compared to some of the smaller roe deer, that they really do look impressive. So I was really, really making sure I took my time on making sure I got a good shot on this guy. on that same server as that level 3 Roebuck, I decided that I was going to go and look for Ibex and Mouflon, and at one of the first eggs I checked, I spotted this absolute giant Mouflon ram. Now, I decided rather than using the 22 trick that I'd just take a walking shot on him with the M1, completely trust the M1 on those shots, and they walk so slowly that I didn't think it was going to be a problem at all to take that shot. Now, when he didn't drop straight away, I was kind of worried, but he did drop very quickly, and so I knew I must have hit something good for him to go down that quick. And luckily I did, but it, as you'll see on the harvest screen, it wasn't again perhaps the most optimal shot, and it was more luck than judgment, I guess, as I probably should have led him just a few inches more. And you can see there that I just clipped liver, which is what actually saved this diamond. Now, some people maybe wouldn't include this as it perhaps isn't the best shot ever made on a diamond, especially a max weight one, but I thought that I would because it's still a diamond and it's still a max weight one, and sometimes you just have to. Sometimes luck plays as a factor, and I guess there, like I said, I just didn't lead him quite enough to get lungs, but I was very lucky and got stomach and liver, which brought him down within a few seconds. So that was really, really lucky and really, really awesome. After resetting the time back to the start of Ibex drink time, I decided to go and look for some southeastern Spanish Ibex, and the only decent animal I saw was this big looking level 4. Now, the only diamond I've had for these Ibex was actually a level 4 on console, so I was hoping that he would have a chance of making it, as he did look pretty big, and he definitely was what I had spotted, from what I'd spotted, was the biggest one at this lake. So I was hoping that maybe he would make it and maybe I'd be lucky. But there's something even better at this lake, and it's something that I'd never seen in the game before, despite hunting Ibex quite hard since they got released. So you can see here that I always make sure to spot everything that's fleeing, and I spotted a level 5. I have never seen a level 5 southeastern Spanish ibex. I have seen level 5s for all of the other ibex species, but not these. So I was so excited that I was finally going to get a chance to take down a level 5, and I was hoping that he was going to make diamond and that he wouldn't troll me. So I will let you see how this played out. So I decided that first I would pick up the level 4 as this had the smaller chance of being a diamond, and he was just a gold, but so close at 89.40 when 89.60 is diamond. So very, very nearly, but just not quite. Now, on the ground, this level 5 did look even bigger than that level 4 to me, and when I picked him up, I was so pleased to see that he was a diamond, and a pretty decent size one as well. I was so thrilled to finally have a level 5 diamond southeastern Spanish ibex. On a Te Awawara server, I actually found a max weight estimate chamois track. After deciding to follow him, I actually found him and he was just a level 4, which was a bit disappointing, but I decided that I'd shoot him anyway, as I knew level 4s can technically make diamond, and he had a good estimate. Plus, his horns looked like they had pretty decent sized hooks, so I waited for him to calm down and then took a shot. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I picked him up and he was a diamond, it was a complete surprise. I did not expect him to make it, and as again, you can see that's probably not the best shot, as I just wasn't perhaps being as careful as I would have been had this been a level 5, but thankfully I did still manage to get a lung and he just made diamond, so that was a really, really lucky little find. Last night, while looking for whitetail for the Great One grind, I actually came across a max weight coyote track. Now, when I saw the max estimate for the weight, that's something that you don't often see with coyote tracks, so I thought that I'd follow it and just see what it actually was, and it ended up being a legendary. Now, legendary coyotes are rare, they are one of the rarest diamonds in the game, and when I saw this guy, I was really excited. I have shot two diamond coyotes on console, but I don't have one on my PC, or I didn't have one on my PC yet, should I say. Now, I was really, really, really hopeful that this guy wasn't going to troll, but I was so like worried about making sure I got a really good shot on him because they are so small with such small vitals. So I spent quite a bit of time just waiting to get a perfect shot on this guy. When I noticed that he was just starting to turn when I took that shot, and then he dropped on the spot, I was so worried that I'd maybe clipped just the spine and it had dropped him, and I was so worried. So as I was running over to him, I was just praying to see vital blood. And when I could see vital blood, I then started to get really excited, like really hoping that he was actually going to make it. And it's actually one of the fur variations for the coyotes I kind of like. It's the slightly sort of more orangey, slightly darker looking fur, and I really liked this fur variation, so I was really, really hoping he'd make it, and he did. Actually, a really good size one, and yeah, I'm really, really pleased to have another diamond coyote. And finally, whilst again looking for more whitetail zones for the Great One Grind, because of the many issues that I've been having with whitetail with their respawns, I keep constantly having to go and find new zones as they keep moving from one zone to another after the zones become doe only. Now I have actually submitted a ticket to the hunter, and they do know that there is an issue with the whitetail, and they are apparently looking to fix it in one of the upcoming updates. So hopefully that will get resolved soon. But I was looking around, looking for some new zones going up this stretch of river, and I spotted a level 3. Now, this is the third level 3 so far that I've had in the Great One Grind, so I was really praying that this guy would make diamond. The first one I had did make diamond, the last one was a troll, and when I saw this guy and I saw his estimate, I knew he had a fairly good chance, especially with having that really wide rack. Like, he was a very, very wide racked whitetail, so I was really, really hoping that this guy would make it. just looking again at that rack whilst he was on the floor, you can really see how wide his tip-to-tip spread was. So I was really kind of hoping that he would make it. And when I picked him up and he had made it, actually pretty much the same size as my last one, but my last one was 58.60 and this one was 258.40, so slightly smaller, but still a really, really nice surprise. And also it's really nice to find a level 3 diamond whilst doing this grind, as it just feels like it's encouragement and showing that I am doing something right at least, and that hopefully one of these days one of these will come back as a great one. And like I said, I know that there is a lot of issues with the whitetail at the minute, especially with their respawns being really weird. That seems to be the main problem with zones becoming go only. That's a really bad problem that I've been having. Like I said, I have to keep deleting zones to find new zones because they just become doe only, which is obviously not useful when trying to grind bucks. But they do know about it, they are going to fix it, so fingers crossed that that will be soon. But I really hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's been a bit longer than my normal videos, but I just had so many clips I wanted to include. Thank you very, very, very much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed.